Today we will discuss a case study problem on the topic banking sector. So the problem statement is, so we have a banking system. So in the banking system, so the customer is going to transfer funds from one account to another account. So the customer is facing a lot of failures during a transaction. So there is no proper scheduling mechanism implemented in the banking system. So we will discuss about this case study problem. So you can share your views about this case study problem.
Hello everyone, I am Kartik. I am going to tell about the problem statement. And the problem statement is the banking system is facing failure due to the peak of time. Many of the customers are trying to payment, so that it is the problem. And then we need to ensure that the safe and reliable process during the transaction. This is need to be the thank you.
So the main problem here is, so the customer is facing a lot of problems. So we have to provide a proper relating mechanism for the customers. So the customer should be more satisfied with their fund transfers from one account to the other account. So during peak hours, so the system is facing a lot of issues. So we will discuss about this problem in detail.
Root casing analysis. In this root casing analysis, we can know about what are the problems faced in this process and to identify the process. It includes monitoring and logging. It describes about the patterns and the logging of the monitors.
So in this, we have to monitor the monitoring logging. So what do you mean monitoring means? The bank, that is the bank manager or the bank people, has to monitor who are the list of users who is logging onto the particular system. So next is they have to use a proper patterns. What do you mean by patterns? So patterns means they have to authenticate the users. They have to allow right users to access the system. So they can provide passwords, so they can provide one-time passwords, or they can provide some face recognition like that to ensure that they are a valid customer of the particular brand. So you have to validate this.
And also we can use performance testing to improve the performance and to identify the networks. And as the next step, we can use code review. From the code database, we can identify the codes and analyze the problems.
So Abhinav has discussed a valid point. So next, anyone can share your valid points.
Possible costs. Based on the analysis, the possible costs can be identified. Insufficient scalability. The system may not be made in a way to handle increased traffic during the peak hours.
That's the main problem.
Database bottlenecks. The database may experience huge load, which decreases the performance and the slow query.
So the performance of the database should also be very capable. So it should be able to balance the load of the customers. So during peak hours only we face a lot of problems. So we have to have a proper database mechanism to follow the customers.
Inefficient algorithms. The payment processing algorithm may be inefficient, which causes the payment delay and the customer experience to be down.
As you have given a valid point, the next one can discuss.
Solutions. To resolve these issues, the following solutions can be implemented. In scalability, horizontal scaling, load balancing and auto scaling can be implemented. Horizontal scaling adds more servers to distribute the loads. Load balancing ensures the even distribution of traffic. Auto scaling dynamically adjusts the resources according to the traffic.
Yes, Malcolm Daniel has given a valid point. So next anyone can discuss your views on this case study problem.
Next is a database optimization. So three ways to be solving our problems. 1, 2, database optimization. First point is indexing, second caching, third database sorting. So first point is indexing. Indexing is considered to index our improve every problem statements to query performance. Second, caching is here. Our database to be used to implement mechanisms can be solved. Many of them can use the mechanisms. They can database lowly to be used. Third point is database sorting. Is to be used sorting the databases in banking systems to be environment techniques of the users. Thank you.
So as Ganesh Kumar discussed, 3 valid points. So what are the 3 valid points? So first one is indexing. So So what is second one? Catching. So we have to go for different catching mechanisms. So the third important point is database sharing. So the database shared to n number of users within the bank. So in this way we can avoid some load balances. So we can avoid some load balances between the users of the bank, and also the traffic can be avoided in some. Next you can share your views.
Algorithm analysis have three types. First one is streamline payment process. Optimize streamline payment process algorithm to reduce delays. Second one is assurance processing. Use assurance processing to handle the payment process in the backend. Third one is coaching. So catching. Catching to very easy to find the values and handle too easy.
So we have three very important points. What are the three very important points in the view for this problem?
Streamline payment
So
process.
streamline payment process. So there should be a proper streamline for all customers to transfer funds from one account to the another account. So by this way we can solve our particular problem. So what is the second point?
Assurance process.
Assurance process. So there should be a proper assurance for all users. So every user should be authenticated. So before the transaction is done. So you can send some alert messages to the users. So what's the third point? Catching. So you can implement different catching mechanisms in order to improve the performance of the system. So he has given three valid points for this particular problem. So next anyone can share your views on this.
There are other solutions for this particular problem, which are monitoring and alerting. Implementing real-time monitoring so that the devices or the customers won't have any issues with the producers or the